Alrighty, so we're going to invest $10,000 at 10% compound interest from year 2022 to 2067. And we said we're sticking this in what's called a Roth IRA, which is a basically a individual retirement account where you don't pay any tax on the interest, right? Okay, so compound interest looks like this, and I'll just do a little table just for fun. But we don't need to do this. We can just use the compound interest formula. But basically, initially we have $10,000, right? After 1 year, it's your 10,000 plus 10% of 10,000. I'm just going to go over this real quick, which is 10% of 10,000 is what? Yeah, so 10% is 0.10 or 0.1, right? And of means multiply, so multiply that by 10,000 and we get what? Yeah, 1,000, right? So that would be 11,000. So after 1 year we have 11,000 in there because we have the initial 10,000 and then 10% of that, 1,000, right? And then after 2 years, we take that 11,000 and we have that plus 10% of that and so on. Now, we found a really cool way to just get the 11,000 in one go, which is we take the 10,000 and multiply it by what? Yeah, 1, plus 10% of that, or 0.10 or whatever. All right, or just you could go, okay, 10,000 times 1.10 or 1.1, right? And if you do 10,000 times 1.1, that should work out nicely. 10,000 times 1.1, which gives us 11,000, all in one go, right? So no need for take the money, add on 10%. We can just do it in one go. And we had a little lesson on that. So we have that part down, right? That's good. Okay. So that's good. So for 11,000, we could do the same thing. To get that itself back, we multiply it by 1. And to get 10% more, we multiply it by 1.1, right? So after 2 years, we'd have 11,000, times 1.1, right? So that would be 12,100. So after 2 years, we have our 11,000, which we've had from the first year, and more interest on top. We'd have 12,100, right? But there's an even cooler way to do 2 years. We said that 10,000 was, or we said that 11,000 was got by going 10,000, right? So we said that, okay, we got 11,000 by going 10,000 times 1.1, right? So that's what 11,000 is. But after another year, we need to multiply that by 1.1 again, right? Yeah, exactly. So 1.1 times 1.1 is just 1.1 squared. So we just go 10,000, times 1.1 squared, right? And in a calculator, that, by the way, is 10,000 star 1.1 to the power of 2. So can we all plug that in and just do that real quick, just for a quick refresher? Clear. 10,000 times 1.1 to the power of 2. Right? So one line calculator entry, 10,000 times 1.1 to the power of 2. Beautiful. So we got it all at one go. We got it all in one go. If it's 2 years, we just have this to the power of 2, right? So therefore, we can get it for any year. Like 3 years, it's just going to be 10,000 times 1.1 to the power of 3, and so on. And the question is, well, how many years is this? 2022 to 2067. How many years is the money sitting in the account? 45 years. Because look, you go 67 minus 22, we get 45 years of this money sitting there. We forgot about it. That's great. Trick is to forget about it. Don't go buy yourself a new car and drive it into a tree or something. 1.1 to the power of 45. Right? So what is that? Now in the calculator entry it looks like this. 10,000 star 1.1 to the power of 45. Right? And what does that give us? 7 to, gosh, that's a big number. Is that right? I think it might be. It's kind of cool. If you have the money. 45. 728,904.83. 728,904.83, yada yada yada, which rounds to the nearest. We should round this to the nearest what? $100,000. That's a good idea. What's that to the nearest $100,000? Yeah. So good. So we have $728,904 to the nearest 100,000. Yeah, there's a 2 after the 7, so we'll just call that 700,000. Beautiful. So the trick was, I think, to forget that you have a $10,000 in this account altogether. If you can forget about it somehow, then you will succeed in. This is what capitalism is for, really. If you think about it, it's making money by not working, right? You didn't work for that; you just forgot about it. And so, for me, that's a key component of our economic system, is that we have a way of, if you already have money, you can set it aside, and it's invested in all sorts of companies and everything on the stock market, right? And it over a long period of time, it makes more money, right? And the trick is to not need that, as long as you can meet your kind of living needs, and you have extra money on aside of that, then you can really take advantage and do things like that. But there you go. Yeah, that's how much. It's a lot of money for not. Well, you didn't have to work for that. Funny, isn't it? Anyway.